Kathleen, are
Nice.
we cooking?
Everybody says.
All right. Don't forget,
It
folks up close to the mic, at least as close as I am, give it some oomph when you're talking, and it all will be good. Let's see, I think I got everything right here. If you're ready, we're ready. Here we go.
I am ready.
Welcome to Academic Challenge. My name is Jim Gifford, your host and moderator, and today we're featuring teams from Countryside Academy and Lakeshore High School. WSJM's Academic Challenge features scholastic competition involving high schools from Berrien and Van Buren counties and is sponsored by Waterville Public Schools, Lake Michigan College, Lakeshore Public Schools, and by Chemical Bank. And first we need to meet the teams. Let's start with Lakeshore. Step up to the microphone and announce who you are and what grade you're in.
Alec Brown, senior.
Connor Ashley, senior.
David Shane, senior.
Zen Knuth, junior.
Alec, you're the captain, correct? And your coach is?
Christine Sloan.
Ta-da! And from Countryside Academy.
Michaela Warren, senior.
Mario Ortega, senior.
Alyssa Clark, senior.
Caleb Feener, junior.
Michaela, you're the captain, and your coach or coaches are?
Our fill-in, Mr. Staggs.
Fill in, Mr. Staggs. All right.
That's an interesting name, Philin.
Well, here are the basic rules. During the first and second halves, we announce the value of each question before it is asked. When you press your button, please wait to be recognized. You'll have 10 seconds to answer a question, 15 if it's a math question. We tend to repeat math questions so you can get them right. And no consultation allowed except during the 60-second round, which we'll get to shortly. I'll be your scorekeeper and judge, along with the one and only Bill Klein here, who will help judge, and we'll be asking the questions tonight. Is everybody ready? And we are off to I'll be off to the races as soon as I get my little timer doohickey going here. We're off to the races, Bill, whenever you are ready.
All right, for 5 points, name the American ice hockey goalie for the 1992 Olympic team whose surname means the white in French.
Alec, Lakeshore.
LeBlanc.
That is a correct answer for 5 points. For 10 points, for this action to occur, the landlord must win a lawsuit called an unlawful detainer. What is the process by which a law enforcement officer removes a tenant and his possessions from a rental property?
Connor, Lakeshore.
Eviction.
That is a correct answer. For 10
For how
points.
many?
For 10 points.
Thank you.
For 5 points, this is a math question. Jacob died at 147. Abraham died at 175. And Isaac died at 180. Those who search for number symbolism in the Bible have made a lot of these ages. Abraham died at 7 times what number squared?
David, Lakeshore.
5.
That is a correct answer for 5 points. For 20 points, what Pacific nation was once known as the Cannibal Islands?
Connor, Lakeshore.
Papua New Guinea.
That's an incorrect answer.
Countryside, you got a chance. Michaela?
The Philippines?
Incorrect. It was Fiji. For 5 points, the reaction which occurs in a hydrogen bomb creates an explosion. Where does such a reaction occur naturally?
David, Lakeshore?
In the core of stars.
Incorrect answer.
Countryside? 5 seconds. It's time.
The sun. For 20 points, who was Time Magazine's first Man of the Year?
Connor, Lakeshore?
Adolf Hitler.
Incorrect answer.
Not bad, though. Countryside?
Close.
Michaela?
Charlie Chaplin?
Incorrect. Charles Lindbergh. Hitler was about the fourth. For 15 points, what term describes the relaxation of the heart muscle?
Time.
The correct answer is diastole, or a Michigan fan who just watched Ohio State win. For 5 points, it is a huge star that has collapsed, compressing itself so much that not even a proton or a particle of light can escape from its powerful gravitational field. As such, it can never be seen directly, but its presence can be inferred from other signs, mainly by radiation. What is it called?
Zane, Lakeshore.
Black hole.
That's a correct answer for 5 points. For 5 points, airplane travel can disrupt the daily body rhythms of travelers where 4 or more time zones are crossed. This phenomena is called what?
Zane, Lakeshore.
Jet lag.
That's correct answer for 5 points. For 10 points, what Prime Minister of Britain was nicknamed the Bottomless Pit?
Connor, Lakeshore.
Winston Churchill.
Incorrect answer.
Countryside Academy, 5 seconds. Time.
It was William Pitt, because he was so thin. For 15 points, George Washington is the only president to have received all of the electoral votes at a presidential election. Which president received 231 out of 232 electoral votes?
Zane, Lakeshore.
Thomas Jefferson.
Incorrect answer.
Countryside Academy. Michaela.
Franklin Delano Roosevelt.
Incorrect. James Monroe. For 20 points, an albino is an animal which lacks normal pigmentation, thereby making it all white. What do we call an animal which has an overabundance of black or near black coloring of the skin, eyes, and hair?
David, Lakeshore.
It has melanism.
That's a correct answer. It's melanism. I think that's a correct answer. So
For 20?
20 points. For 5 points, give me the next line. This land is your land. This land is my land.
Caleb, Countryside.
This land was made for you and me.
Incorrect answer.
Zane, Lakeshore.
From California to New York Island.
That's a correct answer. 5 points. Otherwise, Jim was going to have to sing it. For 20 points, what fife and drum song was played by the British during their surrender at Yorktown?
Connor, Lakeshore.
Yankee Doodle.
Incorrect answer. Would have been a good one, though.
Countryside. Time.
The world turned upside down. 5-point question. Both Anne Boleyn in the play by Maxwell Anderson and John F. Kennedy in the history by Arthur Schlesinger are associated with a length of time which was approximately how long she was queen and he was president. What is that interval?
Alec, Lakeshore.
2 years.
Incorrect answer.
Countryside, 5 seconds. Michaela.
A year and a half.
Incorrect answer. It's Anne of 1,000 days. The president lasted 1,000 days. For 5 points, a math question. If 1 inch on a map equals 236 miles, and the length on that map between Chicago and Miami measures 5 inches, determine the distance of a round-trip flight from one city to the other.
Alec, Lakeshore.
2,360.
That is a correct answer for 5 points. For 5 points, its passes include Simplon and Brenner. Among its lakes are Lake Lucerne and Lake Geneva. Its peaks include Mount Blanc and the Matterhorn. Name this famous mountain range.
Alec, Lakeshore.
The Alps.
That's a correct answer for 5 points. For 15 points, one of the legendary record companies in the music industry is located in Memphis, Tennessee. Between 1954 and 1957, it signed Elvis Presley, Johnny Cash, Jerry Lee Lewis, Carl Perkins, Roy Orbison, and Charlie Rich. Name it.
Alec, Lakeshore.
Republic Records.
Incorrect answer.
Countryside, 5 seconds.
And it's still there. Sun Records. You might want to get your pencils out for this one. This is a 10-point question. 30.0 milliliters of 10.0 molar NOH, that's capital N, small a, capital O, capital H, solution is exactly neutralized by 30.0 milliliters of HCl. What is the molarity of HCl?
Mario, Countryside.
4.0.
Incorrect answer.
Lakeshore, 5 seconds. This time.
10.0 molar.
Okay.
Whatever that is.
We didn't know
Yeah.
Well, I had that.
For 15 points, Ernest Walton and John Cockcroft were the first to disintegrate lithium atoms. What two elements could lithium possibly disintegrate into?
Alec, Lakeshore.
Hydrogen and helium.
It's a correct answer for 15 points.
This next question will be the final question of the first round.
Okay. This is a 10-point question. For a period of 149 years, from 1643 to 1792, France had only 3 kings, including one who reigned for nearly 72 years. Name these 3 kings.
Mario, Countryside.
Louis, the 14th, 15th, and 16th.
That is a correct answer for 10 points.
On the board, at the wire. Way to go,
somebody was gonna say
Countryside.
gold, frankincense, and myrrh, but
That, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of the first half of today's Academic Challenge. We will be back with the score in the 62nd round after this on WSJM, the news and talk of Michigan's Great Southwest.
I was gonna say.
Alex.
Alex.
I was thinking this was a trick question. That was a trick question.
We're down.
I know nothing about stage.
Oh my gosh.
Series are gonna be off.
I know.
These guys are going to be choosing.
Thank you.
Wait.
Oh, okay,
What
good.
about
What
would you go?
we suck at choosing topics.
I'm decent in ancient history. So am I. What about you?
What do you want?
I mean, I could contribute like a couple.
Well, here, by ancient history, I mostly mean Greek. I mostly mean ancient Greek.
Yeah, I go to ancient history.
I agree with that one, but I'm just saying that it's not my decision because we suck at choosing.
But we're happy to be here.
We're trying really hard. We got 10 points. Yes.
I've been there.
I knew they were
I've been to Sun Records. I knew that one.
How can we contest that?
And I knew the baseball win.
Can we get points for the one where I said in the core of stars and the answer was the sun?
4 stars.
Yeah, he should have gotten that.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Oh, well, he would like to formally.
No.
Yeah,
You have to change
There can be other cores. There can be other universes.
That's the last answer to everything.
According to Galileo.
Hey, Lakeshore, want to know what happened to me and what am I getting? So, one of the questions was, who
You
controls
have
these
paragraph,
British regiments? It was the monarch of England.
No.
The first answer was the ruler of Britain,
Yeah, whatever.
and that was wrong.
Blood drive.
No, you would have gotten that.
And then
I
I
feel like
said,
we
know.
which was wrong for the first thing,
I
and
feel
then I
like if
said
cities is like
Westminster
US
Windsor,
cities, I feel like it's
which
gonna
was
be
too
really
specific. Too specific.
What? And they didn't give it to you?
Yeah, no.
What?
Choose
That was
first.
a
For being,
What did the
for being
cities
too
entail?
specific.
Yeah, for too
Is
specific.
it?
That makes no sense.
Just we'll just city and you name it, I believe.
Connor just said ancient cities. Ancient history. We're asking about cities. They're all pretty. If it's U.S. cities, we want to go.
If we
with
don't
that.
get-
But if it's like worldwide cities.
States may also be.
All right, people, we ready?
You are too good for this. Get out.
All right, here we go. Everybody's ready? We're cooking. At the end of the first half, the score, Lakeshore 80, Countryside Academy 10. And we move on to the 60-second round.
Catch up.
Teams, you have 3 categories to choose from. We'll give you 60 seconds to answer as many of those 10 as you can. Each is worth 10 points. There is a 20-point bonus if you answer all 10 within the time limit. You are encouraged to consult with one another in this match, but the answers must come from the team captain. After the minute's up, the opposing team will have a chance to answer any questions the first team could not answer. And Countryside Academy, you are trailing at the moment, so you have the first choice of these categories, and they are ancient history, cities, and states. Countryside, what is your choice?
We're going to go with ancient history.
They're going with ancient history, Bill. It's Bill's favorite topic. I don't know what that means exactly,
Because that's my nature. Ancient history.
it's things Bill remembers.
Yes, I was there. Okay.
All right.
Are we ready? There's no introductory for this.
60 seconds on the clock. No introduction. Consult. Michaela gives the answer. Bill, I'll start timing when you start talking.
The kings of ancient Egypt are usually classified according to what?
Element?
Incorrect. Emperor Augustus claimed he founded brick and left it marble. Name the city.
Rome?
Correct. What were ancient bricks made from?
Wood?
Incorrect. What city on the Tigris River was the capital city of Assyria until its destruction in 612 BC?
Pass.
Darius was a leader of what ancient civilization that competed with Greece?
That's 60. You got it?
They got 10. They got one correct.
One correct for 10 points.
And go over to Lakeshore.
And we'll turn over to Lakeshore with the same category for the ones that were missed and the ones we didn't get to yet. And the Lakeshore.
No, they can only go to the ones that they missed. They can't go past. Ready, Lakeshore?
I thought we went all the way beyond as many as they
If
can
you
get.
want.
Yeah.
It's your game.
That's what we've been
Okay.
doing. So, yeah.
All right.
Lakeshore, you ready? Yeah. Here we go.
The kings of ancient Egypt are usually classified according to what?
Dynasty
That's
or
correct. What were the ancient bricks made from?
mud.
That's correct. What city on the Tigris River was the capital city of Assyria until its destruction in 612 BC?
Baghdad.
Incorrect. Nineveh. Darius was a leader of what ancient civilization that competed with Greece?
Persia.
Correct. Who was Julius Caesar's last wife?
Cleopatra.
Incorrect. Calpurnia. Translate Galilea est omnis divisa in partes tres, the opening words of Caesar's Galactic Wars.
Pass.
Oh, come on. In AD 66, what Roman emperor participated in the Olympics, the chariot race event?
Pass.
What legal code preserved Roman law in systematic form and allowed it to be passed on to posterity?
Got it?
The tablets.
Yeah, the Justinian Code. The
3
other
correct?
one- 3 correct.
3 correct for 30 points.
Yeah,
for
but wait a minute. We got to go back.
Lakeshore.
The quote for the Gallic Wars, I love that quote. All Gaul is divided into 3 parts.
Oh.
Divided, they fall.
Even your even your gallbladder?
Even my gallbladder.
Yeah, well. All right,
And
then.
it was Nero.
All right, so that's the end of the first round. Now you choose a category over here, Lakeshore, of the 2 that are remaining.
That's right.
Yeah, it's been a
Can't
while.
put those away yet. What are you doing here?
What did we have left? I've forgotten now.
We have cities and states.
Cities and states. What do you like, Lakeshore?
States.
States it is. And we'll start the clock again whenever Bill's ready. Any lead into
No
this?
lead in.
No lead in whenever you are ready. Lakeshore.
New Connecticut is the previous name of the only New England state without a seacoast. Name it.
Vermont.
Correct. There are no houseflies in which state of the Union?
Alaska.
Correct. The ocean shores of which of our states have yielded the most sunken treasure?
Florida.
Correct. Which of the following states is not among the 10 largest in area? Nevada, Wyoming, Colorado, Louisiana.
Louisiana.
Correct. First in freedom, first in flight, say the license plates of what state? A neighbor to Virginia.
North Carolina.
Correct. Rappahannock, Roanoke, and Richmond are all found in what state?
North Carolina.
Incorrect. What Rocky Mountains state contains the National Elk Refuge, a winter home of the large elk herd?
Idaho.
The Rocky Mountains bighorn sheep is the state animal of what state?
Wyoming.
Incorrect. Okay.
5 correct for Lakeshore for 50 points.
All right.
And we'll turn back to Countryside Academy for those missed and those we didn't get to. And
Okay.
the subject remains states.
Okay.
And Bill, whenever you're ready, Countryside, are you good? Yep. Here we go.
Okay. Rappahannock, Roanoke, and Richmond are all found in what state?
Rhode Island.
Incorrect. It's Virginia. What Rocky Mountain state contains the National Elk Refuge, the winter home of a large elk herd?
Oregon?
Incorrect. Wyoming. The Rocky Mountain bighorn sheep is the state animal of what state?
Pass.
In which state is the Zuni Indian Reservation?
Arkansas.
Incorrect. New Mexico. What was the first state in 1934 to be completely mapped from the air by a group from Harvard?
New York.
Incorrect. Massachusetts. Go back to Rocky Mountain bighorn. Oh. Rocky
That's
Mountain.
about it.
Rocky Mountain bighorn sheep. You know the state?
What was it?
State of the state animal of what state? We started it, so they passed before.
Anybody? No? Still nothing?
Colorado.
Skunked on that one, Countryside Academy. That ends the 60-second round, doesn't it?
Yes.
Okay. We'll check the scores, conclude the game with the second half next year on WSJM, the news and talk of Michigan's Great Southwest.
Okay. I'm gonna throw cheating down again.
Holy moly.
So big, man. Like, look.
That's the first time when you're doing the lightning around your mouth.
Really?
Wow, those are good probabilities.
Well, thinking about like they said Rocky Mountains, you could take away like Alaska, Hawaii, all the East Coast, all the Great Plains states.
Not doing good, but have a lot of fun. Switch with, I don't care. But you gotta do it now.
All right.
I say stick with it.
Just yell out
Suck as
save.
it is. It's not gonna hurt nothing.
I'm saved.
That's my knee.
Saved.
Oh, that was weird.
How long did it take you?
I've had it for about 5 years.
No, but how long did it take you to walk them back and on?
I want to say like between 2 and 3 hours, I think.
It's a long bridge.
Yeah.
We're ready? Lewis?
Saved.
Okay. All right, people, let's come back for the second half here, shall we?
Okay, don't blame me.
Oh, we got to do the what's going on at your
Score.
schools
And the
thing.
schools.
So, all right, here we go. The score at the end of the 62nd round: Lakeshore 160, Countryside Academy 20. And it's time to find out now a little bit about what's happening at each of our participating schools. Let's start with Countryside Academy and Michaela.
Good evening from Countryside Academy. We have some exciting things going on at Countryside. Our high school boys and girls basketball teams are in the midst of a great season. We are holding a blood drive this week on Friday. Next week, our drama department will be holding auditions for the year's show, titled to be announced this Thursday. Students are ramping up for exams next week, and we are excited to finish up our first semester. We would like to thank our sponsors and WSJM for hosting.
All right, and Lakeshore, Alec.
Hello from Lakeshore. We are back from our extended Christmas break. The Lakeshore family has been very saddened by the loss of two familiar faces in our sports programs, trainer Bill Magley and coach Pat Ashley. We will miss them terribly. Our boys basketball team is 5-1 and play Loy Norix tonight. Our girls are 4-2 and also face Loy Norix. We are moving right on in drama. Fresh off of White Christmas, we are starting rehearsals for the play 12 Angry Jurors to be performed in March.
All right, Alec, thank you. We have a couple of substitutions over here in the Countryside Academy, and first up, you are...
Haley, freshman.
Haley, freshman, and we also have...
Anna, sophomore.
Anna, sophomore. And let me get your names here where I need to get them, and then we'll proceed with this. Haley and Anna. All right. Bill, are you ready?
I am ready.
Teams, are we ready?
Oh, Pat.
Oh, gee. I don't think so. Did you try?
We tried to unplug you.
Yeah.
A.
Okay, we can go here. I think.
Can we do a quick buzzer check? Test. Okay.
Yeah, you're working.
You're working.
Yeah. All right. All right.
Are we
Then
ready?
we should be ready to go for the second half here. And Bill, when you are ready.
Okay. For 20 points, the Shrimp Girl was painted by what British artist?
Time?
William Hogarth or Bubba Gump. For 10 points, the region in the Midwest devastated by drought during the Great Depression was known as what?
Haley,
The Dust Bowl.
That is correct answer for 10 points. The Dust Bowl.
Okay.
A math question for 20 points. What is 5 times the natural log of the square root of E?
Let's just pretend I know what a natural log is.
That's time.
2.5. I have no idea what the unnatural log is. For 20 points, C.S. Forrester wrote a story of a missionary's sister and a timid Cockney engineer who tried to blow up a German gunboat from their steam launch. What was the name of the launch?
Connor, Lakeshore.
Friends Goodwill.
Incorrect answer.
Countryside, that gives you a shot. 5 seconds. Anybody? And that's time.
Oh, Humphrey Bogart and Katharine Hepburn, the African Queen. For 5 points, in the great national conventions, there comes that electric moment for a roll call of the states. It begins Alabama, Alaska, Arizona, Arkansas. What is the next state in order?
And that's time.
California. For 10 points, 3 Ohio presidents served one after another. Grant was first. Garfield was third. Who was second?
Alec, Lakeshore.
Cleveland.
Incorrect.
Countryside. Time.
Rutherford B. Hayes. Actually, Cleveland wasn't from Ohio.
Yeah.
For 20 points, in 1951, who succeeded General MacArthur after MacArthur was relieved of his Asian command by President Truman?
David, Lakeshore.
Patton.
Incorrect.
Countryside Academy, 5 seconds. Time.
Matthew Ridgway. Served all the way up to Vietnam. For 5 points, how many players are involved in a game of Honeymoon Bridge?
David, Lakeshore.
2.
That's correct answer for 5.
Otherwise, it would be weird.
For 5 points, if you were looking for the right bushing, would you be a gardener, a mechanic, a florist, or an ice cream vendor?
Michaela, Countryside.
Mechanic.
That's correct for 5 points. For 15 points, from the French phrase meaning Marie is sick, identify the type of preserve first eaten by a bedridden wife of King Louis XVI.
Michaela, Countryside.
Apricot.
Incorrect answer.
Lakeshore, 5 seconds. Connor.
French fries.
Incorrect answer. Marie is sick. Marmalade. For 5 points.
Totally knew that.
Is that an acknowledgement or a moan? What was
It might have been a comment. For 5 points, what is the English translation of the Spanish sentence La casa es azul?
Mario, Countryside.
The house is blue.
That is correct.
Like you didn't get that.
If you would have got that, I would have been very disappointed.
Even with that bad translation. For 20 points, faster than sound objects are called supersonic. What name is given to hypothetical faster than light particles with imaginary mass?
Zane, Lakeshore.
Hypersonic.
Incorrect answer.
Countryside. 5 seconds. Time.
I am Groot. Oh, no, it's Tachyons. Tachyons. Never heard of them? Can't see them? But they exist. For 15 points, state the famous parallel axiom of Euclid.
What?
State the famous parallel axiom of Euclid.
And apparently that's time.
Given a line and a point not on the line, there's exactly one line to the point parallel to the given line.
Beautiful.
Wonderful.
That's poetry.
That's for 10 points. Magnification through a telescope makes objects appear closer. But what do astronomers call the ability to distinguish between 2 points that are close together?
Mario, Countryside.
Clarification.
Incorrect answer.
Lakeshore, 5 seconds. Connor.
Differentiation.
Close.
Yes.
Resolution. For 5 points, what is the major difference between a band and an orchestra? A band and an orchestra.
Zane, Lakeshore.
Orchestra includes string instruments.
That is the correct answer for 5 points. For 15 points, 3 witches speak the opening words of Macbeth. How are they important to the action of the play?
I haven't read it yet.
Connor, Lakeshore.
Do they kill someone?
Incorrect answer.
You sounded hopeful. Countryside, 5 seconds. Mario.
They represent past, present, and future.
Wow.
Good answer. Incorrect, though. They prophesy Macbeth's fate.
I think that's a Christmas Carol. You're thinking.
Ted Goldfrank. For 10 points, the Kentucky Resolutions adopted in 1798 and the Virginia Resolutions adopted in 1799 were the first multiple statements of the states' rights theory of government. What future president wrote the Kentucky Resolutions?
Alec, Lakeshore.
James Madison.
Incorrect answer.
Countryside, 5 seconds. Time?
Thomas Jefferson.
This next question, the final question of the second half, and therefore of the match.
Well, you might want to get your pencils out for this one. This is a math question of sorts.
Oh boy.
10 points. Which of these fractions has the least value? 27 over 52, 33 over 61, 6 over 11, 1 over 2, or 13 over 25?
Mario, Countryside.
1 over 2.
That is correct answer. 10 points.
10 points at the buzzer. That does it, folks. The end of today's academic challenge. We'll tabulate the scores and announce the winners after this on WSJM, the news and talk of Michigan's Great Southwest.
If this is less, it's gonna be 1 over 2.
Yeah, no, I was looking at it. I was like, that's
Right.
The quick way to do that was see.
Everybody was like, mine, and I was like.
That's the relationship.
It's like the Jewish first Spain. If he doesn't get this right, no matter how easy it is.
You can't get to punk.
Yes.
I don't know volleyball.
I knew it.
I probably would have accepted that yes, because it's the prophecy before shadow. Yeah, and that's
I mean, that's a three.
I answered. I won.
And
I would have. I'm sure Jim would also. He's a literate.
I was like,
Sure.
hey, I'm proud of this.
If you double every number,
And you want to again? You want to
I should have gotten some records, and I should have gotten.
Plus, I was thinking it's gonna
I don't know. It's stretch paper. I don't know where we got it.
They made this simple.
Oh, it's from my wife.
Okay, I call.
I make notes on investigation.
2, 1, 6.
All right, people, let's bring this back and wrap it up here. Quiet on the set, or at least reasonably quiet on the set. Here we go. We are back on WSJM's Academic Challenge to announce today's winner and thank our sponsors, the winners by a score of 170 to 50, the team from Lakeshore. Congratulations, nice hand for the gang from Lakeshore. We thank all of you for joining us on WSJM's Academic Challenge, brought to you by Lakeshore Public Schools, Lake Michigan College, Waterville Lake Public Schools, and by Chemical Bank. And we hope you'll join us again next time as Lakeshore and Coloma go head-to-head on Academic Challenge. And we're out. Thank you, folks.